Oh hi, I'm Ley, and welcome to my own way of celebrating Halloween with you guys, which is my favorite holiday, by painting spooky art and talking about some of my favorite spooky movies and TV shows. This piece is mounted to wood, which you can find out more on in last week's video where I talk all about mounting watercolor paper to wood panel. I also include footage of painting the background of this piece in that video and how I also did the salt wash. So if you're feeling like you missed out on something, you can always click the pop-out card in the top right corner or check out the description box to find the link. This piece is also a redraw. I don't want to go too much into the piece and sort of what it's all about, but it is a redraw of something I drew for Inktober 2017 based on the urban legend of the girl with the ribbon around her neck. This version is far creepier, and that video is super old, so I'm not going to link it here, but I'll try to remember to show the old version of the art here somewhere, probably in a corner. I was so proud of it when I did it, but I definitely think this new version is far better. So I want to talk about some things that are spooky or creepy or otherwise just get under my skin. This isn't a list of my favorite horror movies, because I'm a huge horror geek and horror can be so many different things. It can be jump scares and slashers and revenge flicks and so many different things. And I could make a list just of my favorite horror movies from Japan and Korea, or my favorite B horror movies, or my favorite horror TV shows. So maybe next year I'll do a proper October just of horror related videos and spooky art, but right now, just the spooks. Oh, and in case anyone is concerned, there will be no spoilers for anything on this list. I'm going to try to give you the basic facts and keep it as vague as possible, so. I do watch a few horror or sort of horror adjacent TV shows like Black Mirror and Stranger Things and American Horror Story, but the only one I have for TV on this list is The Haunting of Hill House. My partner and I binge watched this in 2 days, and I'm not really sure it was too healthy to do that, and I still haven't really recovered. The Haunting of Hill House can be found on Netflix. It came out earlier this October and was created by Mike Flanagan, who is one of my favorite horror directors ever. He's previously done Oculus. For Netflix, he's done Hush and Gerald's Game, which are both really, really good. I highly recommend any of those if you haven't seen them. The Haunting of Hill House is a family drama with these incredibly disturbing horror elements and ghosts. So many ghosts. There are ghosts hidden in most of the scenes involving the house. They are hidden in the hallways, underneath pianos, behind ladders. Sometimes they're just behind the character, just chillin', everywhere. This is a haunted house movie done right. Well, it's not a movie, it's a TV show. And probably one of my favorite horror anythings of the past several years. There are a lot of older horror movies that I love. Night of the Living Dead, The Exorcist, and Suspiria are some of my favorites, but I want to talk about The Shining. There are some Stephen King novels I enjoy, and The Shining is not one of them, which is maybe why I like the film so much. The film by Stanley Kubrick is just so peculiar, and it's so good at getting under your skin. I have watched it so many times, and I still get the same feeling every time I watch it. This sensation of like wrongness. The worst part is, I don't 100% know what it is about this movie that affects me so much. I don't know if it's the weird kind of ghostly characters or the cinematography or the acting or what it is. My partner doesn't feel the same way, and he is also a huge horror geek, so I guess this is just me. As I mentioned, The Shining is one of those movies where every time I watch it, I get the exact same feeling as the first time I watched it. Not all horror movies do that for me. The Ring is another one, which is also one of my absolute favorite horror movies, but another one that does it, which is also one of my absolute favorites, is Session 9. This one is probably less known than anything else on the list, if it could even be considered a cult classic. It takes place in an actual abandoned asylum, Danvers State Hospital, which was located in Massachusetts. Session 9 came out in 2001, and since then Danvers has been renovated into apartments, but the state that it was in before, derelict, neglected, and rotting, is immortalized really beautifully in this movie. Session 9 follows an asbestos cleanup crew sent to Danvers, and I don't want to give anything else away. It's just this... There's not even really supernatural elements in it. Well, there could be. Like, that's the thing with a lot of these movies. Are there actually supernatural elements, or are these people just crazy? It's really hard to say. But Session 9 is just so incredibly eerie from start to finish. And it is older, and the acting is maybe a little over the top, but I still recommend it. It's great. As you've probably noticed from this list so far, I love things that are abandoned and empty and neglected. Haunted houses, empty asylums, ghost towns. I love Silent Hill. Not so much the movies, those were pretty disappointing, but the games are some of my favorites ever. The first Silent Hill I ever played was Silent Hill 2. I still remember that first scene as you're walking into the town and there's all these spooky ambient noises as you step deeper and deeper into the fog. You keep expecting something to leap out at you at any moment because that's how horror is, right? It's jump scares and things are coming to attack you, but nothing does. It's like you're walking forever. That scene alone sold me on this franchise, and I have been in love ever since. It also helps that the first time I ever played it, it was a foggy night and it was dark as heck, and my sister and I were so freaked out. But yeah, highly recommend checking out really any of the Silent Hill games, but Silent Hill 2 and 3 and 4 are my favorites. So, getting away from places that are haunted and abandoned to a person. The Autopsy of Jane Doe is a horror thriller film that was released in 2016. It follows two coroners working on the autopsy of a mysterious woman, thus the Jane Doe, found in the basement of a home wherein all the residents were killed. With everything they discover about the woman's apparent cause of death, more strange things begin to occur around them until it just escalates. This is another one I don't want to spoil anything from or give too much away, but it doesn't go the way you expect. Or at least it didn't go the way I expected when I first watched it. Obviously, this one has some gore if you're uncomfortable with autopsies or dead bodies. And I think there is some blood later on, I can't remember, but it's the use of tension and creepy atmosphere that really makes this one unnerving. I could go on and on, but in the interest of keeping this video more on the reasonable length side, I'm going to stop here. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe discovered some new creepy things to watch on Halloween. A lot of these are on Netflix depending on the area you're in, and for those that aren't, I am pretty sure they're probably available for rent on iTunes, or I think YouTube has like a movies rental function as well. Please hit the subscribe button to never miss out on new art and art-related videos from me. I hope everyone has a very spooky and safe Halloween, and I'll see you later this week for something entirely different. Bye!